I'm stupid. Hello, everybody. That's what you do when you turn on the thing. I turn on my microphone. Let's try again. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the very, as you can tell, very first time doing the actual plays here on the Jack Square Peg channel. Take 2. My name is Jack O'Brien. I'm a professional game master, and this is our very first time doing an actual play here on the channel. If I had to pick a favorite game, it would be probably Call of Cthulhu, and these people on my right are my victims today, and we're going to be talking about them very, very soon. They will be playing more regularly with me in the future. The question will be in what format, but basically this is a test. So if you're enjoying it, please sound off. If there is any quality issues, please sound off. And if you're having a bad time, shut your goddamn mouth. And let's start with Marta.
So aggressive.
Okay.
It's all good. So let's start with Marta. Can you explain who you are and who you're playing today, please?
My name is Marta. I'm originally from Melbourne, so I work in animation, which kind of makes me pretty cool. Today I will be playing Mrs. Gertrude Howard, who is a 55-year-old socialite. I mean, she is pretty shocking at literally anything other than being charming. So my charm will be all the way up there today. I'm excited to
please mute your mic, Daniel.
Okay.
Excited to find some new victims to join the social circle today.
Excellent. Alrighty. Care Bear, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Care Bear or Karen.
Yes, right.
Depending.
I can call you that. yes.
Oh, damn. I thought it had happened enough in our prep that I was like, yes, can we do this?
That's a question for Karen.
Yeah, that's fine. Care Bear is Care Bear is is the only nickname you can get out of Karen. So
That's true.
Yay! I'm Karen. I'm a cool person. I'm from Brisbane, so things are crazy. I have been best friends with Jack for 16. Yes.
Something like
Something
that. I remember.
And I remember those days. And I will be playing Clayton Moody, who is a dumb, handsome man.
Excellent. And speaking of which, in fact, can I get everyone, if they haven't already, I think everyone has except for Dan, can you just right-click your name, your face, Dan, and click rename? And therefore you can change, or maybe you can't. That's all right. I can do it for you. Who are you playing today, Dan? Introduce yourself, and I will type it in for you.
Hello, I'm Dan O'Brien, no relation, and I'll be playing Professor Farouk Bazar, or Bassar, if we can speak properly, an archaeologist who, as we know, are always the people in the safest profession in the Cthulhu universe.
Okay, so Professor Farouk, exactly. No worries. Alrighty, well, I'm just quickly checking the layout. Looks like everything is good and grand. Fantastic. Alrighty, guys. Well, let's get right into it.
Do I get to say hello, or?
Oh, did I miss someone? What did I forget? Who did I forget? I wrote. Sorry, I'm nervous and tired, guys. Give me a minute.
Allow it. Hi, I'm Roro. You can find me here today or on Mondays on Corsair's Cove with Jack over there, to whichever direction he is.
That's up,
from me.
Down, left, or right. One of those.
I don't know.
Yep.
Today I will be playing Ms. Lucy Dowling, who is a reporter who is out to find the scoop of things.
Excellent. Alrighty, well, let's prepare ourselves as we now enter the world of 1920s England, folks. And to the Pemberley
Grange.
England? Yes, indeed.
Oh, okay. I'll switch real quick.
you can have whatever accent you want, baby.
Other side of no, English is much easier. I'll go with that.
What were you going with originally?
After every break.
No, I was going just like neutral American, but West Coast American, but my dad has a West Coast American accent, so I'm hypercritical of my West Coast American accent.
Yeah,
so I'm much happier with an English accent. But I thought we were in America, so
no,
great.
No,
okay, lovely. I love this.
1920s England. All
I love
good.
this for us. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, guys. Well, let's get right into it. So, the day is a somewhat balmy afternoon as you guys make your way through the Midlands. All of you are in separate cars with the intention of arriving to meet someone by the name of Jessica Pemberley. All of you have different intentions and ideas of how you might want to spend your time. Lucy, you are the reporter. You are here for a particular reason which is a little bit different to everybody else. You have heard, the official reason that you are here is that you are doing a scoop on Jessica herself, a puff piece, if you will, a little glowing article in insert newspaper of the day of the charitable actions that Jessica has taken and the high rollicking adventures that she has gotten herself involved in. But you suspect that her last trip to Egypt brought back something quite valuable, and you are quite intrigued by that. This has been corroborated because you have not heard about this person in some time, but there is a famous professor in the archaeological world known as Professor Jonathan Hewitt. He has not been really heard from in about 5 years or so. And all of a sudden, he's reappeared, has accompanied Jessica on this trip, and then returned with her. Now, mind you, Jessica's a lovely girl, but it could be something more. Farouk, as you are traveling, Professor, I should say. Professor, what's your last name? I apologize, Professor, Doctor, Sir, Doctor? Basala, one more time.
Basar.
Basar. Professor Basar, you know this for a fact. That is why you are here. You have been asked to be an extra set of eyes. You have not been told the specifics, but you know that there is a very valuable Egyptian artifact that has been recovered. And all of you are headed for this manor known as Pemberley Grange. You all arrive on the gravel. You can hear the gravel crunching underfoot as you come across this rather nice looking manor. Equal parts wood and sandstone, and a beautiful oak door at the front. You see, Marta, I think this isn't your first time at this particular estate, and so you see the familiar face of the butler, whose name is Mason, who is already standing outside and is ready to receive you in the traditional fashion. The rest of you, as I said, all arrive at relatively recent times. All of you are ignored, however. And I would also say that it is with a particular... Oh, did I? Oh no! I lost my people! There it is. I'm nervous. Clayton, the ignorance, the way that you are ignored feels personal.
Ooh.
Because this is not... Your reputation precedes you, shall we say, as you make your way in. The butler heads straight to you, Miss Dowling. No, sorry. No. Gertrude heads straight for Miss Howard. And is that correct? I'm just making sure I understand. Yeah, that is right, isn't it? Howard is the crown person. I'm just making sure. And so Mason heads up to you, Miss Howard, and says, "A pleasure to have you back, Mum."
Mason, darling, just my bags are in the back. Do be careful with the little round one. It contains the most precious tiara. And I just walk straight past him inside. Understood.
Not a problem. There are a bunch of different people that are there to receive you. I would say that the servants are all relatively familiar to you. Jessica is inside. She is currently doing a spot of journaling, but as soon as she notices that you have come in through the front door, she gives a little squeal and goes, "Gertrude, you're here! Wonderful to see you!" And then you do the peck on each side of the cheek sort of thing. She's a bit more European than you are. And the rest of you, you do get various footmen and so on receiving you. Mason is a little busy. There's a lot of bags in the back of Miss Howard's car. Farouk, I would say that probably the thing that catches your eye first and foremost is that there is a very handsome man that seems to be... Well, what's the vibe, Karen? What's Clayton doing at this stage?
Clayton is, I think the moment that Clayton realizes that he's just being completely ignored, you just hear him like grumbling under his breath about the bloody help and picking around all the dirt and stones, but then at the same time being like, fuck my shoes, and like cleaning my shoes at the same time. Like, it's almost, yeah, like, it's like this a perpetual child having like a tantrum, but also an adult being like, I must be presentable at the exact same time. So yes. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Vibe.
Sorry, yes, Farouk, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying that's a nice vibe.
Yes, indeed. And Farouk, out of curiosity, Farouk, because you're not necessarily as familiar with this culture, do you let people take your bags, or what's the go?
I see Farouk only having like a satchel type deal. He seems like the kind of fellow who would travel light.
What is his credit rating, out of interest?
Credit rating?
C for credit rating.
So many different character sheets. Not entirely sure. Is it the first or second page?
It's under your skills, so the first page.
Under my skills?
C for credit rating.
I've got 0.
Well, it wouldn't be 0, but I guess that wouldn't come through. So I guess we can assume...
40.
Yes, that's a little bit different than 0. 0 would mean you're basically dead.
Yeah, I read 0 and I was just like, yes, academia.
Oof. Okay, well. Sorry, any people studying a degree that are watching right now? Which is probably most of you, because you have free time. But, yes. With a credit rating of 40, you're not too bad, actually, all things considered. Like, you're not rich by any stretch of the imagination, but, like, certainly for a man of academia, I would say this bag, at the very least, probably has, like, a nice, like, leather finish to it. Maybe, like... a coat of arms if you're into that sort of thing, or like maybe your name lettered on it sort of thing.
Yeah, I feel like that's the vibe.
Excellent.
Maybe like a little brass etched plate.
Excellent. Mason does eventually address you all in turn. Once he's gotten the footmen to do their proper job, he addresses all of you. He goes to Miss Dowling first and says, Madam, I have been informed of your arrival. Thank you very much for taking the time Where was it a long journey?
Oh, not too far. My pleasure. Nice to be here.
Wonderful. Would you require any refreshment? We are serving tea, sandwiches, and various other snacks.
Tea, black, 1 sugar, please.
Excellent. We will take care of whatever your needs are. The lady very much appreciates your presence here. She has been talking about your writing prowess for some time. And Professor, thank you as well. I imagine that your journey was a little bit more laborious.
Oh, nothing I'm not used to. Used to going quite far for some of my expeditions.
Where exactly did you come from?
I came by way of Cairo.
That is quite a journey indeed. There will be many stories to share, I am certain. And
certainly.
I think time. Even for a lower class person like yourself, Professor Farouk, you get the feeling that the Mason is a little bit more familiar than you've had with other servants before, but you get the feeling that's kind of the vibe here. Jessica, is an orphan. And basically was raised by this butler. And so the butler, by the way, Mason, he's balding. He's got like the hair kind of remaining at the back sort of thing. Permanently kind of gnomish, like red nose and cheeks. And going a little bit to seed, but clearly has the stature and size of a man who is trying desperately hard in his twilight years to not have too much of a paunch. So lots of walks around the grounds. And he nods his head and says, I am happy to assist with your bag if you so wish.
If that's the done thing, I'm not too troubled by it.
All right. And he, I'll tell you what, Karen, under the circumstances, first roll of the game, why don't you make a luck check to see if he addresses you at all?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Because you're kind of...
What did she do here?
What? Sorry?
What did she do here?
Well, it's more what he's planning to do.
As this luck check is happening, I pull out my flask and take a big sip. I don't actually have my luck.
Oh, okay. So let's do... Actually, this is a good note for everybody. Can I get everyone to roll 3d6? And we multiply that... no, we add +5 to that. So that's your luck for the game.
So 3d6 +5?
+5.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah, well, I failed that.
Is
a little bit different than Pulp Cthulhu, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I only have a 15 luck, man.
Oh, I forgot it's not Pulp Cthulhu.
No.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Oh, God.
What, are we not? Are we doing? Okay, cool.
What? No, this is classic.
Okay, we're doing classic Cthulhu, great.
Yeah,
but for this one, we're just adding, yeah? So it's, what I rolled was 14 plus 5 is 19 luck.
Right, as opposed to like the 75 luck we had in the first game we played, remember?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, very different
Yeah,
vibe.
I was like, that seems low. Okay,
yes, cool. It is. Okay, so what I will say is, Farouk, I think, if I've got the vibe correctly, Ro, like you seem pretty keen to kind of get to work and have your cup of tea after your journey.
I was going to say that she's probably going to try and chat with Farouk,
great.
if possible, on her way. Like, she'll try and get in there.
Excellent. I'll tell you what, why don't you make a intelligence check, but I'm going to give you a bonus die for this. If there is a newspaper-based skill that you have, you can use that instead, because obviously I can't see your character sheet.
Okay. How does a bonus die work again? Sorry.
So basically you roll the D100 and then I would roll an additional dice with it, just at the same time. And it's an additional 10 digit as opposed to a single digit dice.
Yeah, okay.
Never know how to describe that.
Oh my
Maybe Marta
goodness, I
does.
rolled the exact same thing. That's annoying. So I got a 76, which is not so good. So it's going to be a fail.
Understood. Okay, well, I would say that Clayton's visage rings a bell to you, but you're not quite sure why. Probably just a rich kid, but you're like, I know this dude. I've seen him around. Could be anything. But yes. Let's say, then, that all three of you are kind of walking at the same time amidst the snubbing that Mason has given the handsome fella.
I pick up my own overnight bags.
Oh, no. Your bags are taken care of. He's not rude. He just doesn't like you.
Oh, not rude. He just doesn't like me.
Right.
That's great. Yeah, cool.
It's a very British vibe.
Do what you have to do and not a step better.
Exactly.
I have a look and see if there's any way I can pants him, because that would be rude.
As in, pull his pants down?
Yeah, pants
He's
him,
wearing a belt, but
I know he's wearing a belt, so I'm probably just like...
Damn your belt!
That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
I am a prestigious boy! Sorry.
Is that what you say out loud?
Please say that out loud.
I say it out loud. Sure.
Congratulations.
This man around here. I can't believe. Oh, not even a fucking look in my direction.
Is it just awkward silence as you make your way up the stairs?
No, well, I said congratulations.
That's true.
To me? Congratulations for what?
Being a prestigious boy.
Exactly.
Oh, people. Just take another swig out of my.
Miss Dowling is going to use that as her in for Professor Farouk.
Okay.
So she's going to turn to Professor Farouk and be like, "Oh yes, well, there seem to be some interesting guests. I'm very pleased to see you here. I've heard a lot about you."
Really? I wasn't aware my papers had had that much circulation.
Oh, well, only in certain circles. I'd love to hear about your most recent trip to Cairo.
Well, I think I might need to have a cuppa before I get too deep into it, but it is a rather fascinating journey.
Don't steal all of the stories for yourself, Miss Dowling, as Miss Pemberley comes up and introduces herself. And I'll tell you what, Clayton, this seems like a good a time as any for you to tell me, one, have you met this person before, or are you just going hunting? And two, in regards to that, what is the intention?
I think I would know her.
Okay.
I think that I am like the shitty rich kid next door she had to deal with.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like he is overly familiar with her. Like it is, and she can be as uncomfortable or as accepting about that as well. But like the moment he sees her, he's like, "Oh, Jessica! Oh, it's so good to see you. You would not believe it. You need to talk to your butler. He just completely ignored me."
And Mason does do the act of shame. It's just like, apologies, madam. It's like, well, that was. We'll talk about this later, Mason.
Can't treat family friends like me.
That's right. Well, Mason, I hope you at least took care of it. Did he not take care of your luggage? Is that what you're saying?
Oh no, absolutely no. The footman got.
So he did his job.
Well, he He said hello to everyone but me. Next door for years and not a single...
I'm sure he just forgot, didn't you, Mason? Indeed, madam.
Right. I take another swig.
And he looks at you behind her back. Actually, no. No, he will just... Actually, all of you can make psychology rolls. That's probably the best way to kind of make this work. Because this is not a dude who's going to break what's proper, so to speak.
Up to the side, Mrs. Howard is just scoffing at all of this entire interaction.
I rolled a 4, so a critical success.
Okay.
6.
Roll a 10.
Okay. Just for the sake of...
just a standard.
Amazing. Just for the sake of habit, just make sure you tick those things. Even though this is a one-shot. But, you know, it's good to stay in the habit.
Our characters are all so much sharper than us.
All of you pick up, then, I would say, that his fists tighten for just a second. And then he seems to kind of, like you, if your goal was to piss him off, Clayton, you managed it. But he's very good at keeping his facade, and he does not break stride for a second. And
you can all see that, like, Clayton is, like, smirking. Like, this is 100% what he wants to do.
Alright, taking bets. How long do you think Clayton's gonna last?
Probably knowing my horror movies, he's going to be the last one, and everyone's going to hate it.
Not with me, though. Also, the first one to die. Thanks.
Who knows? Maybe. Go ahead.
Miss Dowling is going to cut in and be like, "Oh, I'm sure Mason was just distracted by having such an esteemed professor in our midst. It's very exciting."
Yes.
Who's that?
I've never heard of him.
Yes, well, like I said, some circles.
Okay. Mason, do you know if Rupert is still planning to attend? It would be lovely to have him come by. And Mason says, he has sent word that he is somewhat delayed, madam, but he is on his way. Rupert is in charge of a portion of my estate, you see. It's going to be quite important later. But first, let's obviously get to know each other, get acquainted. Everyone take a seat and all that. And snacks and drinks are given.
I sit as close as possible to Jessica.
Like, at this point,
sleeves.
go ahead and make a charm roll.
The thing I'm good at.
With disadvantage, surely.
Not there. I'm a charming, handsome fellow.
I would say he's right on the verge. But in this case, it's like he's good at recovering, shall we say?
Yes, yes, with a hard success, I'm great at recovering.
Right. In that case, I would say she smiles, does a like she kind of breaks stride for a second and just kind of goes like, and then she continues and says, well, Clayton, as I was saying, it's quite a auspicious day, as it turns out. But I am quite curious myself. Miss Dowling, you're welcome to write down, of course, whatever you hear in here. It's, we'll do the grand reveal soon enough. But I'm curious about Professor Farouk's journeys ourselves. Myself. You were in Cairo for what purpose?
We were taking care of some of the lesser-known barrows in the Valley of the Kings.
I'm afraid you're going to have to layman that down for me, Professor, a little bit.
Smaller tombs, not quite as fancy as the pyramids, but just as fascinating.
Of course. Yes. I had guides, you see, kind of take me through on my last trip. I apologize. Actually, believe it or not, if there was anything valuable, I know Miss Howard, that you're always looking for more things to add to. Am I allowed to say this? More things to add to your collection, shall we say?
Things, people, darling, anything.
Here's a question, Gertrude. Why do you think you're here?
Presumably to try and get Jessica to join the upper ranks of this social society that I run.
Excellent. Okay, well, in that case, as this conversation is kind of going by, I would say it's kind of a free-for-all at this stage, as this conversation is going by, either in present company, or if you wanted to take someone aside, you guys can potentially get what you want, but kind of first come, first serve, so to speak. Farouk, it seems like you are basically waiting for what this unveiling is, so to speak, but did you have any business you wanted to do while you were here?
Not especially. He's very much out of his comfort zone in a place like this.
Understood. Yeah, guys, so what would you like to do?
Miss Dowling is sitting back observing everything that's going on.
Yes.
So she's listening to the conversation, and she totally got out her notebooks when she was invited to. She was doing keeping it all up here, but the second someone said, yes, you can get out your notebooks, they came out.
Understood.
But then she's listening to the conversation, but also just aware of the surroundings as well, in terms of taking in the vibe of any wait staff who come through or anything like that as well.
Excellent. Well, if Marta didn't want to do anything in particular?
I do, actually. I think Gertrude is probably going to go up to Jessica at this point and sort of sit down and start being very matronly and kind of just playing with her hair and just saying, oh, Jessica, darling, you really must stop associating yourself with the likes of Clayton over there.
Do you do this in full view? Or do you...
Not so he can hear.
Okay.
I'm literally sitting right beside Jess.
Okay. Well,
I hope he hears.
Let's imagine that it's in a point where maybe Clayton is listening to an extended bit of.
No, I reckon Clayton takes damage.
Emotional damage.
No,
yeah.
Clayton is looking at the wall, hoping that it collapses or something. You could see that he's just bored.
Okay, right. So he's just going inside his head.
It's white noise in this brain.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, that's as good a time as any. Yes. And Jessica says, "Oh, I know, but he's just. It's difficult when you've got. I don't know how you do it, Miss Howard. You manage to balance what's good for yourself and what's proper so well. I can never keep them straight."
Well, a matter of compartmentalizing, my love. You simply take the thing that you don't want to think about and shove it deep into your mind. And hope to God it does not come out again.
All right. Yes. Push it down. Yes, I shall. Any negative emotion from now on.
Yes, by nature.
That's very British. And she says, "Well, actually, where is Jonathan Mason?" It's like, "I believe he is taking a rest, madam." It's like, I suppose in the meantime, Mason, if you could wake him, I think the unveiling would be wonderful. Clayton, you've seen all this before, but you're welcome to come along, of course. I think I might show everyone the house. It's quite a lovely place. There's all sorts of history to it and so on. She kind of seems to be looking to Gertrude for approval on such a thing, but is kind of trying to bridge the gaps, so to speak, so that Clayton doesn't look so disrespectful during this sit-down chat.
Gertrude nods her head and just raises her fist like this.
Okay. For those who are watching the stream, there is a little example of the floor plan there. But for everybody else, she takes you along, and it is quite a large place. And for the sake of brevity, that is sideways, not as useful to me. There we go. For the sake of brevity, you guys were in the dining room. She takes you out to the corridor. You can see there's a reception room, a drawing room, a massive library. A parlor is probably where I imagine the unveiling is going to be, if I'm not mistaken. Reception room. Okay, so that would be in the reception room, which is... Let's see if you guys can find it before me. Ah, yes, so it's in the top right. So she shows you around, and she obviously avoids the quarters, like the servants' halls and such. But it's a lovely place. The library in particular, I would say, in particular for Farouk, is quite interesting. There's quite a lot of old volumes in here. And she's like, well, you're welcome. Obviously, it's been a long journey, so you're welcome to stay for as long as you like. And by the time that she shows you around, Jonathan has awoken. And basically, he looks like Peter Cushing in my head. Just very like young Peter Cushing in a bad guy role. Just, slicked back, brown hair, curved nose. Farouk, you tell me, what's your history with this guy? Because he has not been in the archaeological circles for about 5 years. But he's definitely been around your turf.
I feel like Farouk mainly knows him by reputation, maybe has attended some of his lectures. Definitely read his work.
All right.
But I think partly through distance and partly by design, he's sort of kept his distance from him as the mystique around him has grown, because I think in a very sensible man like Farouk, mystique is kind of akin to trouble.
Indeed. Okay. I will say you would be quite familiar with the various entries of people. Like, you would be familiar with who published what and when. And he was good enough to be published whenever he basically wrote anything. He was a respected member of the community. And then it seemed like he, according to people that brought it up with you just at the occasional card table or whatnot, started looking into a particular cult. Do you want to make me either an occult or a history roll, if you don't mind?
All right. What am I better in?
I'll accept any skill, because obviously I can't see your character sheets, but...
Oh. Yeah. We've got a 7
Ooh.
On a history roll.
Amazing.
Which is 50.
Wow. Okay, so that's I'm pretty sure that's an extreme success. I could be wrong. 1/5, no, so 5 would be an extreme. But a hard success is very good. So you know that this cult was called the Children of Renpet. Okay. It is apparently an Egyptian goddess of eternity, fertility, spring, and youth. That's kind of what you know. Obviously,
what animal
I don't.
Head does she have?
Beg your pardon?
What animal head does she have?
That is a good question.
Is it a squid? Tell me it's a squid.
I don't think so.
It's
I don't
giant
necessarily.
octopus.
I don't necessarily equate that with life. Probably a bird. Probably an ibis. Off the top of my head.
Pigeon is also perfectly acceptable.
She's trash. She's a trash bird.
That's not fair. They are trash birds because they're trash birds because of us. It's not their fault.
I was joking.
I know, but I feel bad for them whenever I hear the word bin chicken. I'm like, it's not their fault.
No, bin chicken is like a term of endearment.
I mean, it's kind of turned into that.
I suppose so.
If anyone here is trash, it's the guy that the butler won't even talk to, okay?
Yeah.
I mean...
I'm gonna go off into the servants' room, find a knife, and come back. Professor?
So yes, you see this guy, Jonathan, the former professor, and I would also say that Clayton, this guy gives you the heebie-jeebies. He has this look that I think, based on what I understand your character to be true, of someone who is on something.
Interesting. Interesting. Heebie-jeebies on something. I think
it's like 1,000-mile stare until like you're like 2 feet in front of him, and then he goes, "I am ready when everyone else is for the unveiling."
No one else getting creepy vibes from this guy? No, not at all.
Well, Clayton, that's quite rude to say about my darling new Egyptologist friend.
Sorry, Jessica, I don't mean to. Sorry.
Mason is in your viewpoint, and he gives the tiniest and then and then resumes.
Has Lucy Darling heard anything about this guy?
Ooh,
or
good
only
question.
About
That's a good question. What do you want to roll, my friend?
Pardon?
What do you want to roll?
Library.
Library. Yes, all right.
How much has she been reading? That is a success.
Success. A regular?
Regular success, yeah.
All right. I would say with a regular, you have heard of his name. You have not, as I already said, you have not heard of this fella publishing anything in the past 5 years. The cult thing, I think, would be a little bit more under wraps just to kind of protect the archaeological community. They wouldn't necessarily want it to be known that people are, like living up to all the stereotypes of archaeology, which is, along with being thieves, also power-hungry maniacs. And what I will tell you with a regular success is that question. Actually, let me put it like this. Yeah, so I think the cult would be under wraps, but you would definitely think it would be odd that he chooses now, after 5 years, to return to England.
So Miss Dowling is going to cozy up to Farouk again.
Okay.
Be like, he used to be a colleague of yours, didn't he?
In a manner of speaking, we moved in the same circles, yes.
Oh, do you? I know he's an Egyptologist as well, isn't he? But do you know anything more about him? He looks interesting.
Perhaps when we're in more refined company.
Oh.
Gertrude, I think you should make a listen check to see if you catch that, because that is quite offensive to you in particular.
Fair enough. Oh, that's a 9.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 things with a 9, actually. Well, first of all, you hear them, and you can have that moment of reaction however you want. But as you guys are mid-transit back towards the reception room, and the setup is there in front of you, you see as Jonathan approaches what is now set up inside the room where the table once was with the tea and biscuits and so on, is a large black and gold sarcophagus. And you can hear with a 9 Jonathan's breathing. And he is going. As you guys make your way forward.
First of all, Gertrude is going to turn around to both the professor and Miss Dowling and in very hushed tones be like, I beg your pardon.
I'm sure the professor wasn't referring to you, ma'am.
Oh, well,
and I'm going to look over at Clayton.
Just to be clear. This guy's a piece of shit.
As you all look over, I'm like hanging myself on
Might as well just point.
Yeah, might as well. I'll just wear a neon sign.
As Gertrude is saying, I don't care who you're referring to. What is that incessant breathing, Mr. And then turn to Jonathan.
Yes,
incessant breathing. You mean life?
Jonathan Hewitt is his surname, if you were looking for a surname. All right, Jessica basically gets to work, and she says, well, everyone, Miss Dowling, as I said before, feel free to write down whatever you like. Are you sure is Rupert on his way? And Mason says, I have not seen his car down the lane, Mum. All right, well, we've got our friend writing down everything. I'm sure that will attest for my accounts. And Mason doesn't get paid enough to disagree, so he just goes and says, well, ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to announce that Farouk, Professor Fazra, am I right in saying that at this stage in history, as far as we were aware, we had found, if not all, then the majority of discoverable tombs of pharaohs?
I believe so, yes.
Well, I am very pleased to say that, well, Jonathan will confirm this. I believe that is incorrect. We obviously need that to be verified and recorded so that people can't claim credit, but we had it taken back in secret at Jonathan's behest, so that it was safely back home in England, so that we could, well, have our cake and eat it too, so to speak. Get our discovery written down properly and to the correct authorities, and also sell it to the right people.
Right, at this point, Farouk is going to turn to Jonathan, and he's just going to say, my dear chap, you do know there are proper procedures around this kind of discovery.
Jonathan is in mid-motion as you are asking him this question. And he turns to you and says, it will be worth it. May I, ma'am? Yes. I'm so excited. you see in front of you a bandaged corpse. Not sure what you were expecting, but it was all there. And he begins to unwrap.
What?
You can hear the slight of the bandage coming off flesh.
Careful now.
This seems highly irregular.
Why are we doing this here? This was a bad idea.
Surely.
Have gloves.
And you see the face of Jessica Pemberley as a desiccated corpse inside this
There's two of them?
casket.
You have twins?
And he draws out a dagger.
Oh, I don't think this is a funny joke.
I need all of you to make sanity checks, please, for starters.
I sounded
I'm doing quite well here.
Oh fuck. No. Fail.
Okay. You
Sanity.
you lose 2 points of sanity, Clayton.
Perfect.
It's still the same system for success and stuff, isn't it?
Correct.
So, yeah?
Yeah.
From your sanity points?
Yep.
So I got a something success, not a regular success.
Excellent. Hard success, probably.
Hard success,
Yep.
yes.
So you only lose 1.
I rolled
Gertrude?
a 4
Sorry.
out of 50.
4 out of 50. So you only lose 1. Gertrude, how about you?
I got a 20 out of 65.
Excellent. So you pass as well. You lose 1 point.
Okay.
And then as he plunges the dagger into his chest and sprays you all with dark
Whoa.
blood.
His chest?
His chest. He says,
Okay.
"The curse of 1,000 years is upon you all. You shall die, and she shall live again." And I'll get another sanity check, please.
Oh,
Yep.
Such good sanity, and I'm sitting here with 30 sanity. I'm so screwed, man. Holy crap. I fucking
Hello,
failed
Peter.
again.
Good to see you.
I succeeded again, just a regular success this time.
Okay, yep. That
Same
was
here.
nothing I haven't seen in my
Oh,
British
no.
orgy parties.
Actually, it's a hard success.
Okay, right. So 1 sanity point lost if you passed, and
failed.
you failed.
Yeah, of course
you
I
lose
failed.
3.
Oh god. I'm gonna go with save by the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
That is generally the way it goes.
Dan,
I've passed.
excellent.
Just a regular success.
So 1 point lost, and Gertrude,
I have very much failed with 70.
excellent.
This was her limit.
Someone finally joined me.
So you lose 2 points of sanity.
Okay.
And you watch as Hewitt begins to just kind of fall down and is bleeding to death as he falls onto the floor next to this.
What an
basket.
awful thing to do to your carpets.
Yeah,
Jessica drops like a rock. She just goes and just
I'm comforting
Almost takes
Jessica.
it
I'm like, run.
give me
And
a
just-
dexterity check to see if you catch her all pulp romance like.
Yeah,
oh god.
yeah. Let me, come on. I gotta be like,
Yes,
Romance
the book
novel,
help.
baby.
what was it again? Sorry, what check?
Uh,
What was the check again?
a
Sorry.
dexterity. Peter, you are not disturbing
A
us at all.
dexterity?
Please continue to be in the chat because we are lonely. What'd you get?
Extreme success, mother.
Extreme success. Romance novel. Bosom up. Amazing. Yes, you do that. She is unconscious. As Hewitt bleeds into the floor, I need all of you to remove 10 points from your POW, please.
Oh.
10 points from your what?
Your POW. P-O-W, it's at the top.
What happens
Okay.
if it goes, one of those go down to 0?
What do you think?
I'm so glad I'm playing this character.
There's a farm upstate.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. The farm upstate.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Well, I get the feeling that it's a curse of some kind, and all of you, as you hold Jessica, all of you start to like you're holding your heads, and you can all hear this sort of ringing mixed with this just kind of through your heads, and you watch the blood start to continue to seep through the carpet.
Oh.
What the fuck just happened?
Gertrude takes out a handkerchief and just puts it over her mouth. Like,
Gonna stop blotting up the blood.
May I suggest that, if you don't mind me saying so, like Mason's getting a little bit more panicked and is losing his position, and he says, I will summon some people later, but is Jessica all right? Is she breathing?
Yes, she's conscious.
Good.
I think.
All right. Okay. Then it's fine. Everything's fine. It's good. It's fine. There's a man bleeding on the carpet. It's fine. We're going to.
Fine. What are you expecting?
Madam? We keep a stiff upper lip in this house, and we are going to continue to do so. I suggest that you take Mistress Jessica to the parlor, and I will fetch smelling salts from the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. I bridal carry her to the parlor like a big strong boy.
The headache
lovingly looking
remains
at her.
as you guys make your way through. Yes.
Are we just going to leave him there then?
Yes.
Well, he's obviously dead.
Well, I don't know that he quite is yet. I mean,
can I get spot hidden checks? Because I think, Clayton, you've left. But for the rest of you, can I get spot hidden checks, please?
I got a hard success.
Excellent.
I got just barely a success.
Excellent.
I have failed.
All right. So make sure you tick those just to keep up with the habit. The thing that you notice is that by the sarcophagus, that's the word I was looking for, there is a series of canopic jars.
Ooh.
That you would know, Farouk, would contain the mummy's desiccated organs. Because which was the style at the time. And they are on a side table.
Well, I'm definitely opening.
Okay, no worries. One moment, and I will.
Yeah, of course you are. Like, that's just the obvious thing to do.
There they are.
Right.
You don't not open a canopic jar once it's offered to you. It'd be frightfully bad manners.
You do leave it closed, actually.
I thought there were processes to these things.
In the 20s, there wasn't, really.
We are quite beyond the realms of proper procedure, madam.
They are indeed still organs.
Oh God.
Is Mr. Hewitt dead?
Do you want to? How do you want to confirm?
I was going to do a first aid check potentially.
All right, so you're gonna get up and touch the bloody corpse.
Oh, well, yes, but
All right.
not the bloody part, just the non-bloody part.
I mean, most of it's bloody,
With
but
your
yeah, I
pen.
mean, you can find like a
I'm
bit
trying
of his
to find
neck.
a pulse on it,
Yeah. No roll required. No.
He's dead. All right. Well, can't help with that then.
Yeah.
I mean, he was clearly out of his mind.
Is there any sort of markings or anything that we can see on either the canopic jars or like the casket or anything? Ones.
What do you want to roll for that? Spot hidden?
Either spot hidden or maybe like even history or library use or something, just to see if I have read about hieroglyphs enough?
I will allow a history as you examine it, if that is better.
Yeah, we can do that. And 4 out of 60.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so as you are doing your thing, Farouk, what are you doing? You just opened it, and what are you doing? Sniffing it, putting your dick in it? What are you doing?
Yeah, like that's a reasonable.
There's a part of me that wants to be historically
He's
accurate.
lost some sanity points, right? So,
a lot of real world mummies.
Right.
A lot of real world mummies actually are lost to time because there was a weird fad of eating them in Victorian England. But I think I'll skip that particular level of authenticity and just say that.
Do you say this out loud, out of curiosity?
Yes,
in character?
he's just babbling nervously now.
Right. And you turn it through and you mention something about eating them. As you're kind of looking at them and looking around, you see a symbol on the bottom of the jars, Gertrude. A 4 would be an extreme success, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, let's go with the idea that you have at least a passing understanding based on the aforementioned collection that you have of various artifacts, and you know the various gods and their symbols. This ain't one of them. This is an ibis head, but the neck is sort of, rather than like a straight neck, it's sort of like a swirl at the bottom.
Oh, it's almost like it's attached to a snake instead of what it's meant to be.
And you two would notice that Gertrude notices that.
Oh, does that mean anything to you, Professor?
I can't say that corresponds with any of the known deities.
Do you remember I mentioned the cult before?
This may have something to do with Jonathan's pet project, as it were, the Children of Rentep? It's kind of when we started to stop seeing him.
The children, I can't say I've heard of it.
Neither had we. I believe he was going off to gather more information, but whether he was successful or not, we'll never know. I was rather hoping to hear a bit more about it tonight.
Oh, well, right.
Interestingly, though, one of the jars does not have that symbol on it, but rather it has this. Right. I'll make it a little bigger.
Is that writing?
Yes.
In what language?
It would be Arabic.
Oh.
I feel like that's Professor Farouk's.
Yes, I was going to say, surely.
I just got very excited there from a lore perspective. All right. Have I cracked that one open yet?
I assume you cracked them all open at some point, yeah.
Giving them a good whip.
Uh-huh.
Are you going to tell us
Are you
what
going
it
to
says,
read
Professor?
the Arabic?
Do I know what it says?
That's a roll, my friend.
Oh, surely he speaks.
No, he speaks Arabic language and then he rolls for it.
Ah, yes, okay. I speak German, apparently.
The right skill. Language. There we go. Oh, quite good at that.
Shocking.
Well, you'd want to hope so.
Is that a regular or a hard success?
Either way, it's a success.
Out of 65?
What, sorry?
15 out of 65?
That's a hard success for sure. Either way, success of any kind would have been enough. So it is somewhat ironic that you, in your nervousness, mentioned the babbling, because what you're looking at is a recipe that instructs that the contents be fried and eaten while chanting the warding.
Ah! The warding.
That's what it says.
Right. Well, he obviously shares this with the group in a rather incredulous tone.
Oh.
I had always suspected it was mere superstition as to where he... Hello?
Who was that?
That sounded like
Hello?
Mason's voice.
Whose voice?
Mason's.
Mason's from the other room.
With me?
No, he went to the kitchen.
Oh fuck.
Oh dear. Should we go towards or away from the screaming?
Farouk is going to pick up the knife that's still sticking out of his colleague first.
Can I get spot hidden rolls from everyone, please, if you don't mind?
I'm not there, am I?
Not there, yes. Yeah. So
I can't see.
else.
Oh dear.
I only just passed with the 24 out of 25. So
Okay.
I've got a failure.
Okay.
I think it's actually probably high, like worse than that. It's not a crit. It's pretty bad.
I'm the same.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I'm the
Hard
Gertrude,
fail, I think.
as you run, presumably all of you, towards the sound of Mason screaming, you turn your head back, almost like instinctually, like you're walking down a dark alley and you think something is threatening you. And you look back at the sarcophagus, and there is no body in there anymore.
no.
Did we take the jar that said we should eat it with us?
I don't think you said that. You can certainly
No.
do that on the way back.
No, did I manage to grab the knife at least?
Yeah, you said that. That's fine. Yeah.
Ooh, ooh,
Yep.
ooh.
Okay, I thought it was still in your hand. All right, no worries.
Yep.
Running towards screaming.
Yep. Okay, you do that. This is a beautiful kitchen. It's got a large cast iron oven, a stovetop, a variety of skillets, pots, pans, and a sideboard. The center of the room is dominated by a long oak table on which are chopping boards, serving trays, empty champagne bottles, and a corpse.
A corpse.
Indeed.
Oh, no.
Mason is lying
as in-
sprawled on the floor. His neck is broken, and his skin is wrinkled and desiccated. I need a sanity check, please, from everyone.
Life has been sucked dry.
Oh
Clayton,
fuck.
did you follow the screams? Or did you stay where
Yes.
you were?
I don't think I did because I'm staying with Jessica.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He's getting far too much alone time with Jessica. Um,
By the way,
I failed the sanity.
Okay. Then
Like badly.
you lose 3 points of sanity, Miss Dowling.
I passed.
Okay, 1 point
Passed.
lost. 1 point lost. At this point, can I get intelligence checks from all three of you as well?
apparently not.
Where is intelligence? It's not
Oh,
in
no.
alpha-
I got a half.
Success.
No, extreme success on
It's
that.
right up the top. It's in your main.
Oh, right.
stats,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, success.
Excellent. So everyone passed?
Yep.
Okay. You get the feeling that whatever did this, did it because because they were alone. Clayton, what are you doing?
I am like, I like take Jessica to the parlor and I lay her down, and I think that he's just like pacing, like just like all the time, like constantly watching her, but like pacing because he's waiting for the butler who hates him to come bring some smelling salts, and nothing's happened, and he's heard some screams, and now he's like, I'm not leaving the fucking room. I'm here. I'm with Jessica. Everything is fine. Ha ha ha. Nothing can get me behind this door.
Okay. Can I get you to make a spot hidden roll, please? With
Absolutely.
a penalty die, I think, because you're too busy being panicked.
Yep, that's absolutely fine. Oh, I would have actually been... Oh, I rolled the same thing. That's nice. Spot hidden. I'm going to use one of my luck to make that a hard success.
Excellent. Then you see, almost like it's appearing through the wall, this mummy. This moving at quite a fast pace mummy with your would-be girlfriend's face rotting and peeling and scabbed and bits of bone poking out, and it rushes at you. And I need a sanity roll, please.
Fail. I don't even know why I bother. How much sanity do I lose?
Oh, you failed? Sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
You lose 4. Not about a madness, but I do think you have hit... What? How much sanity points have you lost?
I had 30 and I'm at 21, so I've lost 9.
Right. I think you've hit 1/5 of your threshold. Which
100%
means
have.
that you are in, if I remember my terms correctly, temporary insanity. So
yeah.
How we're going to rule that without me stopping to look at the rules is that under the circumstances, I'm going to let you decide how this manifests as it comes towards you. What does it look like? Because this is probably what it's going to be like for the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, so I think that, even, like, I think it's that, like, pig-headed, dumb sense of, like, like, I'm so terrified, but Jessica is here.
That's true.
I must do anything to save her, so, like, stupidly run into the mummy, like...
Oh, wow.
In my dumb, like,
Right.
I'm like, I've got to stop the mummy. So,
Excellent.
yeah, that's my dumb panic.
Okay, right. What's your dex?
70.
In that case, you get to go first. So, yeah, go ahead and punch the undead lord.
Yay! I'm really bad at punching. This is gonna be great.
Don't worry, milady.
I so failed. I got a 79 out of 25.
It's going to attempt to fight back. And gets an extreme success. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. I get to roll 2d6. And I got 8. What did you get? What's your hit points?
I'm up.
You're up?
I'm
okay. What are your hit points, though? Because if you take half your... More than...
It's over half, because I had 14 hit points.
Right. So you... 5 points or more, rather. You take a major wound. Okay. Which Jack cannot remember off the top of my head what that does, so you can Google that for yourself if you like. But it does get to make a second attack. So
hang on, I'll just get my new PC out. It's fine.
Are you dodging, I assume?
Oh, yeah, I'll try to dodge.
Okay. I got a regular.
So all you need is a regular.
Okay, so you... as basically he... all he does is touch you, and you can feel bits of yourself just being sucked through his fingers. Just... And you also lose another 5 points of power. 5 points of power.
Okay! Alright, guys! Awesome! I curl up into the fetal position and cry.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Yeah, no, cool, that's fine.
Okay, well, you are now able to go again.
I see that I am absolutely hopeless in this situation. I look at him and I'm like, I would be able to convince you not to hit me, right? And just go for something else.
I'll tell you what,
not.
do you want to make an idea roll for me if you're stuck?
Oh, okay. I do have an idea of what I'm
Go for it
do.
then. No, go
Yeah,
do your thing.
I think that, yeah, like, he's like, oh, let me try and charm you. Oh, no, I'm dead. Yeah, Okay, that thing's not. Pick up Jessica. Run.
Okay. I need a dexterity check with a penalty die, please.
Okay.
Actually, what's your strength? Because you're carrying a whole person.
55.
Okay. Yeah, just one penalty die then.
Okay, either way, I still smashed it with a hard success.
I got an extreme.
Oh dear.
I see. Okay, so
That's fine.
keeps pace with you.
Yeah.
Yep. And you guys can see. Actually, what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to share. Actually, no, I'm not, because there's stuff that you don't know yet. But basically, there is a map that you will get eventually. And you all were in the kitchen, which is quite far away. And you've gone up to the parlor, which is as bad as far as you can possibly go. So you're basically on other ends of the house, floor plan wise. And in fact, I think I have the small version of the map, so that'll be helpful for our viewers. We have, there it is. So you can see, basically, if you look at the map above my head, Karen, you are in the top right above my head, and everybody else, you're in the top left above my head. So about as far away from each other as you could possibly be. Yes, yeah, indeed. So
this is fun.
You are running. You guys hear the screams, and
and they are the girliest screams you've ever heard. Like,
Indeed.
it is not a manly. Oh, it's like.
Indeed.
Oh, it must be Miss Pemberton.
Yes. Okay, so you try your best, but I think you spent your turn doing this, and everybody, this is why you have more than the maximum amount of character sheets. Because
Did you say that I would inevitably die first?
Yep.
Well, the first attack was a miss, and the second.
Okay, do I get to dodge?
I mean, if you want to drop your girlfriend.
No.
I mean, you can dodge with a penalty die, but that, I mean, I already missed, so let's just say you can dodge with this one if you want.
Yeah, with a penalty die. Oh, I still rolled real well.
I'm not kidding. I failed both times. I got a 74 and a 78. His brawl is 74. The thing is, you're so far away from any help that it's just. So it's your turn once again. Now you, at this point, you are in the library. What would you like to do as you carry this woman with basically your like flesh sunken in and your clavicle basically broken from the blow? Just going, ow, ow.
Oh god! Ow! Shit! I think. Wow. I love to live dangerously. That's exactly who I am. So.
That's very clear.
Yeah. Fast cast, fast time, boys. Let's. I'm either gonna throw Jessica at the mummy.
No, I'm gonna say that's probably against character.
Yeah, it is against character. I would say I'm just gonna run and like in that awful like movie idea, I'm just gonna start tipping stuff behind me.
Yeah.
So that they would have to jump, but it's a mummy horse that walks through walls.
Yeah, go ahead and make a strength check to pull a bookshelf down on this motherfucker. That's fine.
With your hands full.
I failed.
Sorry?
I failed.
How much by? Like a lot?
My strength is a 55 and I rolled an 82.
Uh-huh. This is a decent idea. Would you like to try and push?
Yeah, I think I will.
Okay. So, for this to work, I think what you've had to do is you've had to lay down safely as you, like, get ahead because a mummy is still quite slow. What's going to happen if you push this and fail is you're going to set a domino of bookshelves. And one may fall on you or fall on her.
Perfect. It doesn't matter. I rolled a 1.
You're fucking kidding. Okay. Okay, describe what this looks like as you double down.
Yeah, I'm like, I go to pull it and I'm like, you piece of fuck. And I start like pulling out the books, like these dumb fucking books, so heavy, dumb, and then I pull it down and then I'm like, ha, I have to get over that, silly fuck. And then I pick her up and I'm just like, oh, I must keep going. But all you guys can hear from the other end is,
Okay, excellent. Were you guys following this noise, or what were you all doing?
I think we're all listening very carefully for the zombie mental bollocks.
Presumably you hear all the crashes and screams and whatever else.
Yes. But my question is, do you go immediately, or are you just kind of hanging out and waiting to see what happens, sort of thing?
It is just Clayton.
But you don't. But Jessica is also with Clayton.
Miss Pemberton, I feel like I would have wanted to go.
All right. So you watch as Lucy heads out the door.
I think the adrenaline's up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we're definitely sticking together on this one. So Gertrude is probably gonna say, Miss Dowling, bit slower, please. I know a lady like me cannot move so fast.
I'll slow down for her.
Excellent. Okay, so as you come out, what I think has actually happened is you've completely submerged the mummy for the moment in this bookshelf. It's rather large. So you just see, Farouk, you've seen the ultimate sin. You've just seen Clayton trash this library. And the unconscious woman just kind of laying there. And the rest of you come in and you just see Clayton looking like he's got like the runs and the heroin withdrawal all at the same time, just going and then looks at you all. Clayton, in your insanity, these people are like, you've kind of forgotten who they are in this exact moment. You're just like, and you're just like, all you can think about is Jessica, and you instinctually just kind of go for her like a chimpanzee looking after like its baby, and just like
yeah 100% turns into an ape, just like picks her up and is like like, how dare you come near me and my wife.
Mr. Moody? Oh dear.
Can I make an action?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. We're not in combat.
Farouk takes 3 swift strides towards Clayton and slaps him.
Excellent. Okay, I don't think you need to roll for that, because he's kind of insane at the moment. Not exactly reacting on... not exactly operating on all cylinders. Can I get a constitution check from Clayton, please?
I failed. Somehow.
Excellent. Okay, so basically what happens is you don't snap out of it, but you become less irrational. You just kind of become a docile chimp.
Right. Now, a man is dead.
I'm just like patting her head.
Something is going on here.
2 men,
I need
actually.
you to stop behaving like a child.
Professor.
Where is Jessica at this point?
Being
She's
held
in my
by
arms.
the chimp.
I'm holding her, stroking her hair.
Oh, Lord. Okay, I feel like Gertrude probably going to go up to, or go very close to Clayton and say, Clayton, darling, I think you should probably let go of Jessica now. Yes, I think she'll be okay. She'll be okay. And she's going to try and remove her from...
I think while this is happening as well, Clayton is instinctually moving backwards away from the bookshelf. So you are saying all these things, and Clayton is just going like away from this top of bookshelf. You can't quite understand why, but it seems important to them in their clearly deranged state, Gertrude. But you can make a roll. What would you like to roll?
I don't know. Maybe, I want to say persuade, but my persuade is absolute shit.
Okay.
Maybe a charm.
Charm makes sense. You're trying to be a friend.
Yeah. Okay, regular success.
Excellent. I think what this basically looks like is, Clayton, you surrender enough of her that like you are not just carrying her by yourself, and you can carry like her one shoulder each. And
you can do that.
You do know, you do have enough of your brain at the moment to know that it did not go for you, Clayton. And if anything, it is her, which like is a weird thing to think about when you're a chimpanzee, but that is how it works. Insane insights, baby. And you probably need to find somewhere to drop her off. Somewhere safe.
I'm just like tugging at you, Gertrude, like like pulling you out of the room, trying to pull like us and Jessica to a safer space.
That room, yes, of course, yes. Wherever is safest, yes.
There is the drawing room is to the left. There is, I assume you want to stay indoors?
Do I want to stay indoors? Actually, no, I don't. I think in my chimp brain, I'm like, get out. Absolutely get out. Like maybe into the backyard area.
Right.
But like my thought is Mummy walks through walls. There are so many walls in that house.
As you guys are making your way, by the way, all three of you remaining can see the bookshelf starting to go.
Oh.
So I do need a decision quickly.
Mr. Moody, what's under? Oh no, I don't want to know. And she'll just start heading after Mr. Moody and Mrs. Howard.
Gertrude, you allowed yourself to be led?
Yes, and as I am, I'm going to turn back quickly and say, "Do be quick, Professor."
Yes, quite right.
Okay. I will say, if you are hanging around, Professor, let me just quickly check. As you are in the library. Why don't you? This is quite unlikely given the fuckery that has happened with Clayton. But why don't you make a luck check for me?
Okay. How am I doing in that score? $28?
28. I don't think that's under your luck that you rolled.
No.
All right. In that case, you get the feeling that like maybe there was something that could possibly like be of use in here. You saw some volumes on ancient Egyptian and such, but it would mean going into this room where clearly something is moving and there is nothing convenient for you to grab. And so you balk and you head for the terrace.
Can I ask, on the way out, do we go past the first room that we were in? Okay.
No, it's the terrace is directly south.
Okay, no worries.
So you end up on the terrace. You were all there.
Is there a shed of any sort? Like
I imagine there would be.
Somewhere?
Sure.
All right. If it's close by, Miss Dowling is going to pop her head in there to see if there's anything that she can use to burn the house down, because that's clearly the only logical solution.
I agree.
No, nothing like that. There is a cricket bat.
There's a cricket bat. All right, I'll take that for now.
All right, we've got a knife, we've got a cricket bat, and we've got an unconscious woman. We can't fail.
I was hoping for some kerosene, but cricket bat was...
Not
Just
really.
some dynamite.
Not some casual
hanging.
stuff they keep in a English manner. Just like, oh yes, we like to burn things around here.
Well, I was thinking like some sort of machine might have like an oil or whatever.
That's fair.
The game we played on Halloween, that was exactly how we won the game. There was a
Yeah,
can
but
of
that was set in the
kerosene
80s, my dude. This is the 20s.
Yeah, well, like I say, machine. They're well off.
I'm not
Or
saying it doesn't
lantern.
happen here. I'm just saying don't poo-poo the idea.
I thought it was good. Anyway.
I didn't.
Cricket bat.
You guys are putting words in my mouth. It's just not there.
No.
You salty bitches.
Jack,
Move on.
I didn't say anything.
Salty bitches. Never thought you'd ever call someone that, but that's great.
Is there like any sort of what's in the yard?
A croquet, probably. You know, that sort of thing.
But
Horses?
is there like a any sort of? There's a shed. Is there like a pergola or something like that?
Tell me what that is, and I'll say maybe.
Like a semi.
You have them in the middle of parks.
Yeah.
The covered, shaded areas in parks. You know, those little
Gazebo.
buildings.
A gazebo.
Gazebo is also
Yeah, I think that would be what the terrace is, to be honest. Like what
right.
would
Okay, so
count
we're on a
for it.
gazebo. All right.
Well,
cool.
it's not an island, but it's like it's attached to the house, but it is shaded
Right.
and it's a porch, basically.
Right.
Well, we don't know this. Mrs. Howard, Mr. Moody, where are we going?
Away.
Oh god, am I getting my faculties back? Like, is there any faculty coming, or am I still chimp?
I think you can get some words out at this point.
I think I just go. What are the words that he would use? Bat mummy.
Bat? Oh, okay. Is there
That's the title of this on the YouTube.
Bad,
Bad mummy.
Yep. Bad mummy.
Is there are there any of that we came in 1920s? What did we come in? What
Probably horses and
transportation
carriages.
did we come? Is it a carriage?
Yes, however, I get the feeling, Professor, even though you don't believe in the supernatural, you know for sure that you saw Jessica's face on there. And you also need to remove another 5 points of PAL, please, because time has passed.
All of us?
Right.
Please stop. I have a very limited resource.
Oh dear. Is there? So can we see the things that we came on?
Yeah, there's cars.
There's cars.
It's not going to matter, is my point. You
Unless
feel
we
you
drive
look at
the
your
cars.
you look at your hands, and you can see they are much more wrinkled than they were an hour ago.
Oh dear.
That's not helping me at all.
Professor, do you know anything about? I mean, the mummies. It's your area of expertise, surely.
I'm rather afraid I can't be of much help here. It's an unknown deity from an unknown cult with an unlicensed at this point archaeologist.
He's dead.
Are you the only person that was keeping an eye on it?
Keeping an eye. On what?
Well, it was a question for Farouk. Who else was involved with the project besides Jonathan?
Like just him.
Whose house is it?
Oh, right. Perhaps we should be asking Jessica these questions.
All right. Miss Dowling.
Jessica hurt.
Miss Dowling is gonna go and like just copy what Professor Farouk did to Moody. So she just like tries to like slap Miss Pemberton to wake.
Everybody gets one.
Big red mark.
Sorry,
Oh my god!
Not like super hard.
Why don't you make a luck roll of your own, please?
Sure. No, that's fail.
No? Okay.
It's close, but it's no, yeah, you can't pay luck for luck, can you?
No.
No.
No, unfortunately. In that case, it is not inside the house, but you do recall she was journaling. Actually, Gertrude would, if you remember that. She was writing in her diary when she came to you.
Yes. Miss Dowling, if you could be so kind and find Jessica's journals, they may help us quite a bit. I do recall she was writing in them just as we entered into the house.
So where would they be? And on my own?
It would be back in the reception.
Of course not.
In the okay.
Where the jars were.
Right.
Where the jars were? I was in the room where the sarcophagus was.
Correct.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Professor, then I guess let's go.
Let's.
All right. So the question is, are you going together? And if so,
Yes.
are you leaving Jessica there on the outside terrace?
I feel like, yeah, we're leaving the dandies on the porch.
Okay. Well,
All
it's
of them.
it's a
anyone else
question
coming?
for Clayton at this point, right? So, so Clayton, are you?
In my haze of bloody insanity, I think that does it seem like to Clayton? Does it seem safe out here?
Based on what you've described, yeah. If he melts through walls, there is no walls out here.
Right.
Probably not great logic in terms of blah blah.
Mhm.
But again,
yeah. No, I'm insane.
If you were more intelligent, you'd probably be like, well, it's probably not going to kill her because it is her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I'm not intelligent enough for that.
Right.
So I think
But it
just
comes to the same result.
Yeah. It's fine. I think that he like takes Jessica's like unconscious body and just like lays her down and like pats her head and puts her clothes right and then just looks at everyone and goes, "No walls." And then I just take a step back.
Excellent. Alrighty.
From the people who brought you bad mummy.
No walls. So you folks make your way together.
Well, no, I think Gertrude is going to stay outside with Clayton. She is going to look back at the others and say, I may just preside over these two, just in case.
I'm going with them.
You're going with them?
Yes, I have determined that she is safe because there is no walls.
Oh, Lord. All right, fine.
All right. So you all go together into the reception, correct?
Mm-hmm.
In that case, without a roll required, you see the diary. I think Miss Dowling was leading the charge. You see it first. You see this.
Ooh.
And it is kind of slipped between the diary. I assume you open it and all that stuff. This envelope has an Egyptian postmark on it, and it says, "For your protection, HC." And it has several lines of Arabic script underneath.
Shall I roll?
I don't think you need to at this point. I think under the circumstances, I'm just going to let you have this. It says, "The dead shall stay dead, and the past is the past, for we are the present and the future. We consume what once was to protect ourselves from what should not be.
Do you think this is a warding by any chance, Professor?
I believe this connects with what was written on the canopic jar.
Oh, did you bring that with you?
I didn't.
The jars are right there.
But it's in the same
Oh,
room.
they're right here. Sweet.
Yeah.
So, wait. Does this mean... Oh.
Someone may actually have to ingest some mummy.
Well, if...
I'll
think
try everything once.
I think we should all do it, shouldn't we?
I try.
I've got it. Honky. Honky.
I mean, if it's a warding means protection, right? So, I mean, shouldn't
As long as we
all...
look younger, it's fine.
So, shall we head to the kitchen to cook it up or something? What did it say on the bottom of the jar again, Professor?
Let's take a breather. Now, so far we've seen a very mentally ill chap stab himself, and one of these party guests devolve, and something is making a racket elsewhere in the house. This just feels like a matter for the police. I don't think we need to resort to desecrative...
Can I get spot hidden checks from everyone, please?
I mean, Professor, I feel like this is not your regular run-in-the-mill police phone call.
I got a regular success.
Hard fail.
I got a fail as well.
I got a hard success.
Ooh.
Okay, well, I am happy to report that it also failed. So what happened, what you hear, everyone else, is from Lucy Dowling, this isn't the place for a regular phone call, as literally coming out of the wall, so it seems, you see the mummy starting to come towards you, and I need sanity checks from everyone else except for Clayton, because he's already had the experience.
Also, while he comes out of the walls, Clayton's just like,
I failed.
Okay.
4
points of sanity loss, right?
Success.
Okay, that is 1
I
point of sanity loss.
very badly failed.
Oh no.
You lose 8, Miss Dowling, which means it's time for a bout of manners.
Yay!
So, you
yay!
are very, very peckish for some organ meat. And you grab all 4 of these jars and start bolting for the kitchen.
Yeah.
Whoa.
After
I have this for you.
Well, eat all of them if it helps.
We've got a chip going.
Hunky.
Oh my goodness gracious. So what this is now, this is a chase scene. So can I get everyone's dex, please? So starting with Marta, what's your dex?
50.
Okay, excellent. Just give me a second. 50. Clayton, what is your dex?
70.
70, okay. For Professor, what is your dex?
55.
Okay, and for Miss Dowling?
80.
80.
Ooh.
Dowling on the front.
How are you up to?
She does marathons in between
Yeah,
writing.
she's very fit.
Actually, everything she does is a marathon,
Hell.
you know, like marathon, you know, article writing, marathon, leg runnings. That's how, those are the words.
Leg running.
Leg runnings. I am a sportsman.
Leg runnings.
I play D&D
Bad
professionally.
mummy, no
That's
walls,
hell.
leg runnings. We're 3
We've
for
had
3.
a great one this morning.
Okay. We had a 70 for Clayton. Okay, and a 55 for Farouk. And a 50 for Miss Dowling, correct? Mrs. Dowling?
80.
Oh, sorry. My word. Gertrude Howard, right.
Yeah.
Gertrude. And the mummy is last. Shocking, I know. Okay.
Oh my god, it's Scooby-Doo.
Literally Scooby-Doo. Gonna eat some organs, cook them, nice. Okay. Excellent. So, Mrs. Dowling, you are in the front, or Miss Dowling, I'm not sure if you're married or not, but regardless, you are in the front.
Ms., so no one knows.
Excellent. Oh, I see. Mysteries. Save that for another day. So you watch, technically Gertrude has the head start, so you guys have made your way out. Gertrude has made her way out already with Clayton right behind. You are quite close to the mummy. You can obviously just run if you would wish. The kitchen is it would be to your left and then left again. Give me a second and I will show the handout in question. No. So it's the top area, top right. So at the moment we are, let me see, you're in the reception, so yeah, turn left and then turn left again. Basically, if you like, Miss Dowling, you can basically just run, or if there's something you wanted to do to slow the mummy down, you can do that as well, if you so wish.
Miss Dowling has a moment of, and as she's turning to run, she's going to bring up her camera.
Okay.
Snap a shot, because she was too earlier she didn't think of it because it was all a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
But she's had some time to, and now she's like, even though she stops, she takes a quick photo, there's a flash.
Right.
I'm hoping that, and then she runs with the journal.
Okay, excellent. Well. So this means that you're sacrificing a bit of speed, but you do have a photo. So if at the moment, if the mummy's going to attack anyone, it's going to be you, but you do have a photo now. So it is now Clayton's turn. What does Monkey Boy want to do?
Monkey Boy is like, I need more books to put on top of Mummy, because the books help stop Mummy, right?
That's true. You did pass by a place that had lots of fine china. You could throw some plates.
Oh, incredible. Actually, yeah, I think. It's like a monkey flinging its own shit or something. Just
I would say if you want to make a dex check, you could get in there, grab some ammo, and keep running for when you're down the hallway. If you like.
Yeah. That would be great. Oh yeah, I fucking extreme success on that.
Yeah, okay. And then all of a sudden you see Clayton leave down clearly not the way for towards the kitchen, and he's got like an arms full of plates and just ready to go, like a ninja with throwing stars. Okay, amazing. It is Farouk's turn.
Right. So I guess we're all just hot-footing it to the kitchen.
So it seems.
I may, as the one with the weapon, I may just take up the rear guard then.
Okay. Did you want to try and push the mummy over or something, or?
I don't think.
Oh, you've got a knife, not the cricket bat, right?
Touch it, but he's
okay. So
he'll
what
follow
is
the back, so that if it does catch up to us, at least I have something to fight it off with.
Okay, fair enough. So, is there anything you wanted to do in the meantime, as you're taking this defensive position?
Frantically reassess reality.
Understood. Okay, so that's what you do, Gertrude.
So presumably I've made it to the kitchen.
No, you're about halfway up, singing "Oh, Britannia, Britannia rules the waves."
Lovely.
As you make your way up.
Yeah, no.
This is my favorite part, internet, about running Call of Cthulhu. I get to tell them what happens because they're insane.
Love it. Yeah, no, the only thing I'm thinking is run to kitchen, find mortar and pestle, grind everything, water, drink.
Yes.
Drink.
Okay, excellent. I'll tell you what.
down.
Can you make a idea roll for me, please? Which is I always forget if that's education or intelligence. I think it's education.
It's intelligence, I'm pretty sure.
Intelligence. There you go.
Education is no.
Yes.
33.
That sounds like a pass to me. Excellent. All right. So in that case, you remember that the jar specifically said that they need to be fried.
Fried.
Yes.
Oh.
So you need to get some oil in a pan and so on. So like it's a chanting and it's a frying, and you need to get it just right. So it's going to be another round at least.
Look, Gertrude hasn't cooked for herself in many, many years.
Where is the butler? Where is the help?
She's
complaining about the butler while he's dead right there.
Yeah.
Oh, wherever is Mason? She's gonna have to think back to her childhood days as she's, running to the kitchen to try and remember any recipe where she's fried something.
Indeed. There are various footmen corpses that you are passing by the way, and Clayton, you passed by quite a few that were huddled in that china cabinet area and the living quarters of the servants and so on. They're just
So they've just seen me like a
No, they're dead.
man. Oh, they're all dead?
Yeah, yeah. But
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, that's I've got a reputation to maintain. No witnesses.
Seeing this man run in, grab a bunch of plates, and then grunt at them and run away. So yeah.
Yeah, no.
Just wondering.
So that happens, and you. Yeah, so you've figured that out. You run, and you're about halfway up the hallway at this stage. It is the mummy's turn. It is going to make 2 attacks. One against Farouk and one against Miss Dowling. So, Farouk, you have the knife. However, are you fighting back with your knife, or are you trying to dodge? As a reminder, with fighting brawl, which is what this would be with the knife, you have to beat my success. So if I get a regular, you need a hard. But on the other hand, you get to do what you said you were going to do, which is defend. Or you can just dodge, which means all you need is to meet me. So if I get a regular, you need a regular.
No, come at me.
All right. Yeah. And you are rolling to fight back, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Didn't do good.
Neither did I. So it moves his hand forward, and you stab it in the top of the hand. It goes, and in your slight insanity, I imagine there's quite a bit of "Ugh, that's what you get," as it makes its way down towards Miss Dowling. Miss Dowling dodging, I assume.
Yes, please.
Unless you want to hit with the cricket bat.
Oh! I got a extreme success.
Okay.
Oh shit.
And was that for a dodge or a cricket bat?
For a dodge.
For a dodge. Whew. Matrix style. Amazing. So that is the mummy. It did not manage to hit either of you, which is good, because it takes away power, as you guys know at this point. And Dowling, you are now inside the kitchen as you run up. And I think under the circumstances, based on what you've said, you can do one of two things. You can wait for the commoner to come in. The educated one, but he knows how to turn on a stove, I suppose. Or you can make an intelligence check of your own to try and turn on a stove.
You said Dowling, but I
sorry,
feel like you're
sorry,
talking
no, I always get them
Howard,
confused. Dowling
Howard,
is the reporter. Yes, no,
Yeah.
Dowling is first. My bad.
Yeah, so I remember that that we were supposed to fry things. So I'm going to start getting together stuff to fry things.
Okay.
And I actually have to cook for myself because I am a commoner.
Right. Okay. Well, that's fine. Yeah. So you see, you hear, if nothing else, I think Howard would be saying her words out loud at this point. She's like, "Bloody flying things! I'll tell you what we fried. We fried the Germans, every single one of them." I think First World War had happened, guys.
Yes, it did.
And so you do the commoner thing, and you turn on various things, and you get the oil, and I would say give me a dex check, and depending on your success, that is how many fried organs you get into the pan.
I will only want the one jar. I know Miss Howard wants all the jars.
Yes.
But I just want the one with the marking.
I'm so sorry to say, I rolled a 17 under 50, so you're getting all of them together.
Right.
Stir fry.
Well, I rolled a 13, which is for my dex is an extreme, a hard success. Sorry.
I get the feeling that what happens is a bunch of confetti, and then eventually they all fall in the pan because that's more entertaining. So it's just, and then there's a bit of a struggle, and it's all boiling, it's all frying in the same pan.
I hope it doesn't matter.
You'll find out, and then it is Clayton's turn.
How many plates you got?
Give me a 2d6.
Oh,
but this is +2.
12 dishes
plates.
in my hand.
Okay. Now, you can throw 1 plate and run. You can throw 2 plates with a penalty die and so on. But then eventually, actually, I'll put it to you this way: you could do 2 rolls, 1 regular and then 1 with the penalty die, and still run. Or you can choose to throw your whole arsenal. But that will mean that you are not heading up to the kitchen.
I think I'm still bloody insane. So I think that at this point, like, there is no second thought. So I'm just like, throw every plate possible. Just get it and chug it.
Alright, so what we're going to do then is we're going to just say that you throw them all at once. So just give me 1 throw roll. And if you succeed, then we'll roll a d12 and see how many hit.
I don't succeed.
You don't succeed. Okay, then. You can push this if you would like.
Oh yeah, fuck it, I'll do that.
Although I don't think you can push in combat, but I disagree in this context.
I also disagree. I did it. Throw, I just succeeded.
Excellent. Okay, roll a d12 for me then.
9!
9. So you do 9 points. I'm going to say they did 1 point of damage. So this barrage of plates, and the mummy is slowed down for a round, so it won't be attacking any of you for this round because it's just going, just kind of covered in shards of porcelain, just pulling stuff out of its eyes. It's also slowed down by the cracks and stuff. It's a mess. And now you've got like mummy blood kind of coming across the floor, just kind of seeping onto this like porcelain cracks and wood and stuff. Amazing. Farouk, what you doing?
Joining the ladies in the kitchen.
All right. And doing what?
I imagine reciting what was in the letter.
Makes sense. Okay, excellent. You do that, and all of you begin to do what you need to do. And I get the feeling at this point Farouk would also know to tell them to chant as well. Okay.
All right, repeat after me. Here comes the aeroplane.
As you guys fly up.
Here comes the aeroplane.
Yes, and you repeat the curse, the warding rather. And Gertrude, it is now your turn.
Well, after repeating the entire warding, I resume singing "God Save the Queen."
Rule Britannia, I believe it was.
Yep.
Whatever it is.
It's all yeah. Maybe it's a fusion of the two.
Yeah,
it's just a
God
medley.
save our Britannia, we shall never be slaves. Okay.
Britannia. Britannia at every line.
Yeah.
And I try and find the nearest spoon and or fork so I can.
I'll tell you what. One thing that I think makes the most sense at the moment, if you give a shit, is if you can see Clayton probably needs help getting pulled in before he gets himself killed.
Oh, God.
Oh,
That
I
is your call.
I don't.
Don't care? Amazing. Okay then.
I love this for us.
The mummy is slowed down, does not get around. I'm gonna skip ahead, darling, unless there's anything you particularly needed to do, because I imagine you guys are chanting, frying, and getting ready to eat.
Yes.
Yeah, amazing. And Clayton, your call, buddy. You going for some fried organ, or are you gonna make a noble sacrifice? At this point, tell you what, why don't you put it down to a roll? Make an intelligence roll at this point. Let's see if you shake it off enough to know to figure it out.
Okay. Oh no. I rolled 99.
Okay. You know what you gotta do.
I'm so dumb. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Cracks.
All I can think about is how I need to avenge Jessica by destroying this thing that has taken Jessica's face. So I think that I'm just like, for Jessica! Just like run in and start like him in the hopes of just like even these people. I don't even care about these.
You know what? I'm gonna add something to this.
Yeah, please.
Because you got a 99.
Oh fuck.
So
I'm gonna pat him.
No.
Just pat him tenderly.
No. I think you do an inappropriate greeting at the airport. You run at it, and your legs go like that, and you latch around him and neck it. Because it's Jessica.
It is Jessica. Yeah.
And
I turn into the paper princess.
a husk as this happens, and the rest of you chant the chant, which I'm going to say out loud again. What a hilarious death. Okay.
Hey, mean mummies.
Mean mummies, that's right.
Walls.
I thought it was a bad mummy. Bad and mean.
It is
Sorry.
bad mummies.
Bad mean mummies.
Once it kills you.
Yeah, that's fair.
The letter says... Now, so you guys all repeat through mouths of... actually, you know what? We can do this, because normally Zoom has this problem where out of sync is an issue, but I'm going to say the chant, and the three of you can just ape along with your mouths full. Yes? So, as your mouths are full of organ, you say, "The dead shall stay dead. The past is the past, for we are the present and the future. We consume what was to protect ourselves from what should not be." It is truly vile as you eat it. And as you do so, the mummy disappears into a mist. And you hear the faint sound of Jessica crying outside on the terrace. The mist dissipates, the bandages still remain, and you see Clayton's what was once a nice suit. Not anymore.
And my alcohol.
That's true.
And a bunch of playing cards.
Oh.
How close are we to the parlor?
Close enough, I think, regardless.
Farouk is going to march back into the parlor, where I presume Jonathan's corpse is still.
Correct.
He just starts kicking the shit out of it.
For the record, the mummy awakening was in the reception, but yes, you do that. Not the
okay. Yeah, no, march back to Jonathan's corpse and just start kicking the ever-loving shit out of it.
Absolutely. Marta, any final things you want to do? Miss Gertrude?
Presumably Gertrude is still sort of temporarily insane to some extent, so she's going to give zero shits and just look down at Clayton's suit and just say, good riddance. I need water.
Fucking savage.
Oh, yes.
I assure you, Internet, characters in the normal campaign we play like each other a little bit more than this. But this is a one shot. We get to do this.
And also,
shit.
I'm not taking any of this.
No. We're all good.
I swear I'm nicer in person.
We all are.
No, you're playing a rich person. They're not really people.
Right.
We need to be snobby.
Yeah. Miss Dowling, anything?
I'm going to follow the professor just to find the bar.
Right. Yeah, you find the bar. You have a well-deserved
So I'm
drink.
going to pour myself a drink and be like, what the hell? And then start trying to like compose notes on a story, but like I don't know. No one's going to believe this shit.
Okay. So, you swear at a corpse, Gertrude. Professor, you're kicking a corpse. And Lucy gets drunk, ignoring the crying woman on the terrace, and that's where we end our adventure today.
Oh, someone should probably go and check on her.
No, fuck it.
Mrs. Hound?
She's fine.
She's fine. She'll be fine.
I would
And
like to
that's
point
the
out
end.
that we did all technically eat the rich.
That's true. Yes, you did.
I didn't. I did not eat the rich.
You just ate it.
I just ate it.
Yeah.
Successfully ate this game.
Love.
So, guys, we're going to do a thing that has been stolen from all sorts of different places at this point, but we're going to do what's called favorite moments, where we say what nice shit people did. That's the end.
That was a banger.
I forgot to write any down.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I've got
that's
some.
right.
All right.
We can improvise. I did not have time to write shit down either, so it's all good. What we're going to do is we're going to roll a d6 and ignore the 6. So whoever wants to can go first.
A 1.
A 1, that's me. So be kind.
It was a really good time. It was
Excellent.
so concise and well done. It wasn't like dragged out, which is good because Cthulhu can be very draggy, especially when we start as characters with no weapons.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I enjoyed Mason's reactions to things. Like, I loved that. And I still don't really know if there was a reason for this, but I just loved that Mason was like, yep, Mrs. Howard, you're cool, and just friggin' hated on Moody. Well, I know he might
there was a
hated
reason.
Moody.
It's because he wanted his pseudo daughter.
Yeah,
So-
no, I got that
Oh,
one.
wow.
But I enjoyed particularly the interaction between Mason and Moody, like the little expressions that you were making behind faces, and yeah.
It was fun playing a proper person who occasionally gets to be a little bitch. Yeah.
I also love whenever you get to pull out sound effects. So, like the mummy, excellent.
Oh, good.
The sound,
The
like the
unraveling of the
visceral
linen
sound.
was a brilliant sound effect.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Horrifying.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful. Okay. So my favorite self, I'm glad I got through it. First episode done, can only get better from here, and it was still pretty fun. So thank you for your patience, everybody, as we got through the tech stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing what the VOD sounds like. Hopefully everything is golden, but the layout's pretty, and I'm glad because I worked really hard on it. And
Gorgeous.
And I am happy that we did it. Good job, everyone. Now let's get a D4 from someone, please.
I'll roll it. Let me roll a d4. 2.
2. That's you, babe. So that's we're talking about Clayton, favorite Clayton stuff.
Yeah, come on, guys, come on, favorite Clayton stuff. Let's see.
I loved the selfless nature of this the moment that comes to mind is the protection of Jennifer when the mummy was coming out, and you were just like, nah, I protect her, I'm going for that mummy. I like that you turned a guy who could have been a complete asshole into a little bit of a knight in shining armor. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, he got 1,000% more likable once he lost his mind.
Also walls.
Yeah. Oh, that was
I do my best work here.
Yeah.
So many pearls of wisdom from crazy Clayton.
No walls. Bad mummy. What was the other ones?
Mean mummy.
Mean mummy.
I know it didn't happen, but I did just picture as he was ditching the crockery at the mummy, just going, plants!
Yeah, 100% I can see that.
I think my favorite Karen was essentially managing to make it work, being snubbed as a player, but also making it funny. Just he's like, I'm right here, and just right from the beginning. Just it's that high school nightmare of just everyone going, no one likes you. But that's what happened. You literally said good riddance when he died. Don't make that face.
You all were so excited when he perished.
You did such a good idea of showing what the character was going to be like with just one significant detail right out the gate, where he was petulant enough to kick things, but then vain enough to worry about his shoes. That was... Everyone immediately understood what the character was. That was really well done.
Thank you very much.
Amazing.
Well,
good point.
Just so that I give context, this is the first time I've ever actually played a dude at a table.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
That isn't me DMing.
That's true. Yeah.
Obviously, but yeah.
Favorite self, Karen?
Yeah, I came in being like, I'm gonna be Mr. Charming, and then I came out with, Karen, you're not charming, so...
No, it was just you played with a bad hand.
Oh yeah, I think that I took that in my stride pretty well.
You did. You did.
Thank you.
Amazing. Cool. Let's get another D4. We ignore 4s. 2. It is Marta time. Let's talk about Gertrude. I liked the playing with the hair. I was like, oh no, you must. You simply must. I liked that. Nice little detail.
I love how Gertrude was just unapologetically terrible. You played into the character, you didn't shy away from what you thought she'd think or say. You weren't afraid of confronting other characters, and it just gave everyone so much to work with.
Love that.
I enjoyed the calling it. I liked that in the opening scene, she was talking to Jennifer about Mr. Moody and how she needs to get rid of her. And then the very next scene, when Professor Farouk made a comment about the people around, she's like, how dare you? I loved the her standards for her. I enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
I loved when she went on stage. Straight up singing Lady Britannia while carrying a bunch of fossilized mummy bits. And you're going to go cook them is literally my dream to do. So A+.
Marta, favorite self?
Look, I got into this thinking that my character was going to be the first to die. Glad I wasn't.
I usually take that crown.
Well, I was playing her in an attempt to just be rid of, pretty much. But I love that I could be so just vicious which is very, very different to how I ever have an interaction with anyone in real life. Yeah.
All right, wonderful. D4 from someone else, please.
Two.
2? Excellent. Okay, no worries. That would be Mr. Dan. Let's talk about Farouk, the level-headed one.
I enjoyed the moment that you tried to rationalize it. You were like, no, clearly this is a matter for the police. And I also, that was then a jack on top, that was where the mummy appeared, which was brilliant. But I did enjoy the, Dan's like, no, I'm gonna rationalize this. Mm-hmm. This makes sense. We're gonna call the police. I liked that you were clinging on to that.
I love the absolute horror you went through when I started picking up books and find China to destroy everything you've loved and the mummy.
My favorite was probably the way you managed to riff off. Like, you've had this character sheet for 3 hours, and I'm like, where did you come from? You're like, I would have, you seem to have a little bit of knowledge about the subject, which is helpful. Like, if someone said that to me, I would have been like, well, I went to a place and it was real good. Not in an attempt to shirk from the responsibility, but simply because it was a very specific question that I kind of threw your way, but you did nail it, and I was very impressed with that. You're just like, oh yes, and like you said words Jack didn't understand, and I'm just like, okay, and it was good. I like that a lot.
Egyptology has been one of my hobbies for a while, so it was a good fit.
Excellent.
Wow.
That worked out.
Yeah, it was amazing that you just managed to keep that atheism throughout all of your interactions.
Yeah, it's always good fun having a staunch skeptic in a Cthulhu game because they just look more and more ridiculous.
No, this can't be.
This giant mummy in front of me doesn't exist. It's just a mirror. Don't know what you're talking about.
Indeed. Dan, favorite self?
Favorite self? I think remembering the bit of trivia about how Victorian people just ground up and ate mummies.
Oh, wasn't that just so perfect? I'm like, oh my god, thank you, Dan.
As I was bringing it up, how much ammunition that gave you for later in the game.
I like when you know that's the adventure and someone goes like, oh, by the way, and I'm like, yes, go on. Go into more detail. Loved it. A+. Amazing. Cool. Finally, it's row time. Miss Dowling.
I think Ro really connected with her character right from the off. She had a strong motivation. She was always in character, always taking notes, always trying to get people aside and you made a conscious decision to form relationships with each of the characters right out the gate, which is always so refreshing in roleplay as well, when it's just here's how we feel about each other, and you're like, oh, thank God.
I genuinely love the commitment to the reporter role, stopping to take a photo of the mummy as you're running away from it. Brilliant.
Yeah, A+.
Yeah, I was just gonna say kind of the similar things, but Ro, your roleplay abilities, A+. The fact that I knew straight away without our characters even talking to each other that it wasn't gonna be a friendship there, and I'm like, great. Good to know. I can move on with no one liking me. But I think that I'm joking. I'm sorry. Self-deprecation here. But I think, your roleplay ability just to keep in character, but also just connect the other PCs was great. Incredible.
For me, I think the thing that stuck out to me was just Rose's expression when she was like told, when Dowling was told, "You can write this down," and it was like saying dinner time to a bunch of puppies. It's just like, oh, I like writing.
It's all on the record.
Yeah. It was great. And just your facial stuff was on point today.
I enjoyed playing her. She was fun. I think my favorite self was probably setup stuff as well, in terms of like getting a vibe early on that she was wanted there by the butler, and then being like, yep, great, and trying to form all those little things with people so she can find the scoop, which ended up being a larger scoop than expected. But yeah, and like specifically like gauging the room in terms of like getting the notebook out, but also being really aware of all the things that are happening around her. But yeah,
amazing.
She was fun.
Well, guys, that is the end. Thank you very much for hanging out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching in YouTube land, if that's where you're going to be. Now's the time to do some plugs, and then we're going to do a raid. So let's start with Marta. Is there anything you would like to plug?
Not at this moment, no.
Excellent. That makes it easy. Care Bear, same question?
Yeah, absolutely nothing.
Amazing. There you go. My players don't want your attention. Fuck off. Okay. Dan? Don't buck the trend, mate.
Usual, I can plug my usual outlet for creativity. If any of you like tiny soldiers or sci-fi, I paint a lot of them on my Instagram, which is Arts and Lovecrafts. And if you prefer entertainment of the reading variety, my beautiful wife Rachel Bugart has her debut novel out currently online called The Rings of Mars. There's people going to Mars. Things go badly. It's great.
# spoilers.
And Roro, go ahead and do your spiel, my friend.
Hi, I'm Roro. And despite the name, I have little to nothing to do with boating. You can catch me over on Instagram at Crowdventurers to see photos of my dog Charlie with the large ears, and photos of my many travel adventures, as well as upcoming projects. Currently, you can catch me on Mondays on Corsair's Cove, where we go on D&D adventures along with the lovely Jack. And if you happen to live in the Perth area, in December, my next show is Othello.
Woohoo!
So I'll be appearing in Othello in December in Perth.
Excellent. Well, guys, my name is Jack O'Brien. You can find me on all the things. Actually, I actually have a command for this. This is cool. I'm gonna have to work on commands for the rest of y'all, but there's the thing. You can find me on all the things here on Jack Square Peg. Give us a follow if you feel like you enjoyed it. We do RPG edutainment. What will often happen is I will show you guys the process before there is either a live game or the game before. So you guys are banned. I'm watching you. But yes, that will be happening here. I'm just gonna
make a secret.
Yeah, like another account. Yeah. You can also.
Mine is so stealthy. It's my name.
So good. You can also find me on www.dungeonmasterforhire.com.au if you would like to have a professional DM without any of the work. People have given me Google reviews. They seem kind. Money well spent. Yes.
Wait. Jack is great. He is underselling himself. Jack is great. Jesus.
That would never happen.
An artist? Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for playing with me. And audience, thank you very much for being here. When will we be back? TBD. Find us on the Discord for more information. The plan is for me to review this VOD And if it sounds good, and if we like it, then we will continue doing it this way. But the likelihood is that it will be pre-recorded stuff in the future that we will probably be in chat for, because if you're anything like me, just like, oh yeah, I forgot, that's funny, and that will be fun for all of us. So either way, come join us on the Discord for that. It's time to raid someone. Goodman Games Official is who we are raiding today. Goodman Games are the creators of Dungeon Crawl Classics, one of my favorite D&D clones of the OSR variety. Specifically, so old school that if you become a magic user and you roll a 1, you have to roll on a mishap table, and it explains how liches fucking happen, right? Because the trick, or like any magical bad guy, because the thing about D&D in the traditional sense is that, like, why would you become a bad guy? You get wish at level 9 if you just stay a good guy. But in Dungeon Crawl Classics, if you fuck with magic, magic's going to bite you in the ass eventually. And so you might get a claw for a hand, or a third eye in the middle of your forehead, or like 3 mustaches, etc., etc. It's pretty dope. This one is set...
That's 3 more mustaches than I have.
Indeed.
Here I am
Correct.
with one like a pleb.
Like a pleb, yeah. And this one's set in the Weird West, so go show them the love, and say where you came from. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for watching. Mwah. We'll see you soon. Bye. Say bye.
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 I should have given the instructions. That's a me. Oh, that's fucking funny.